Hello everyone. So in this video, we are going to see Shodan scan, which is one of the most powerful feature of Shodan. So we can scan a specific IP address or the whole net block using Shodan. The command of doing the scan is Shodan scan -h, which will give you the help menu, and you can see it is well documented that how you can use this particular scan. Remember, one scan credit lets you scan one particular IP address at a time. So it is the practical time, and let's see how can you perform the scan. So I have divided the scans into three parts, wherein we are going to see each part and understand. Before that, let's just quickly go to the terminal and let's just type Shodan scan -h and see what the output do we get. As you can see, we can scan an IP or a net block using Shodan that we have already studied. Now, you can see there are various commands, which is if you give Shodan scan internet, then it will start scanning the internet for a specific port and protocol that you specify. So let's say you specify the port number 22 and the protocol SSH. It will scan the whole internet, and whatever the crawl data is into the Shodan database will be shown to you. You can also type Shodan scan list and you will be able to see the recently launched scan by others. You can also type protocols to be specific and stick to a particular protocol like FTP or SSH to get the scan results. You can also see status of any on-demand scan that you have performed by typing the status command, which will act as a verbose output. Next one is submit. If we want to scan an IP or a net block using Shodan, then we have to use the submit command. So how we are going to use this? So the first one, to request a scan of the IP, let's say this is our IP address, you would simply enter Shodan scan submit and the particular IP address that you want to scan for. So let us just try to scan this particular IP address and hit enter. As you can see, starting Shodan scan at this particular time and 65,535 scan credits left. As you already know, it takes 1 credit for each scan that you perform. So once the scan has been completed successfully, we are going to get the output about that particular host that we have submitted for the scan. As you can see, Shodan crawlers crawled onto that particular host and try to identify if they get any open ports or banner grabbing, but they were unable to do so. Similarly, what you can do is you can scan the whole CIDR. You can give it using /24 and you can scan the whole particular network. For that, the command is Shodan scan submit and the particular range of that particular network with the CIDR value. So what we are going to do is we are going to scan for HackerOne. As you can see, I went to this website, which is bgp.he.net. This particular website gives you the result for the particular queries that you search for and tells you about which ASN numbers or which IP addresses has been taken by any particular organization. Alright, so as you can see, when I searched for HackerOne, they have this particular blocks of IP addresses. So I'm just going to copy this and I'm going to scan the particular block. Let me just replace this. And we are ready to scan. As you can see, the scan has started successfully and we have used our 1 credit already. As you can see, it was first 35 and now it has become 34. So we are scanning this particular whole subnet range and we are going to get a lot of information for the particular host which are there into this particular range. As you can see, we are not able to identify any host that has been crawled and can't get the scanned again so soon. So this basically means that Shodan has not recently searched or crawled for that particular server of HackerOne. Alright, let us see the third one. So by default, the Shodan scan submit command will output the results onto the screen that we have seen till now. But we want to save them. How can you save them? For that, you have to use a particular command which is ---- file name. And you can give the particular file name as you want. As you can see over here, we have given the command as Shodan scan submit file name, whatever the file name that you want. So we are going to give the file name as this because we want to save the results into a zipped format and the particular IP address that you want to give. So let me just give this particular IP over here. Let me just clear the screen for you first. And instead of this, let us try to give the Cloudflare DNS resolver's IP address and hit enter. As you can see, the scan has started successfully and it is collecting the data for that particular target, and it is going to save the output into this particular file name and format that we have given, which is scan-results.json.gz. So let us see if the file has been made or not. And you can see the file has been made successfully. If you try to unzip the file, so let's unzip the file and let's try to read that particular file. As you can see, there is nothing into this file because no open ports were found for this particular host, or it has not been recently scanned by Shodan. But this particular scans will be very, very helpful if you try to enumerate more information about a specific target that you have got. I have seen for many bug bounty programs, they specifically give IP addresses wherein they give the subnet range or they give the CIDR notation /24 and say the whole particular subnet or network is in scope of the bug bounty program. At that time, if Shodan has scanned that particular IP address and has enough information into its database, at that particular time, this particular scan feature for you will be very, very helpful and beneficial. So I hope you guys understood how can you use this particular feature. Thank you.